So I'm walking in the league, and I got my 4-ball roller and a 2-ball total stacked on top of that. And I rolled past the bar, and there's a guy that's been sitting at the bar obviously since the beginning of happy hour or whatever the case may be. And he said, "Dude, are those all bowling balls?" And I was like, "No, you idiot, they're basketballs." I was just, whatever. But yeah, I said, "Yeah, they're bowling balls." He said, "Dude, what do you need all those balls for?" I'm like, "Bro, you play golf?" He said, "Yeah, pretty good at that." Like, well, since when do you go to your golf course and bring just a putter and your driver? You don't do that. Same concept applies here. You gotta have the right tool for the right job. He's like, "Oh, I never thought of it like that." I said, "Yeah, I bet you haven't." But needless to say, I started off real crazy, but never mind all that. We're gonna talk about today the conversation you need to have with your ball driller so that you can be prepared for all the league brings to you that night. All the shimwreckers, everything. That's how this is going down. Prepare to be enlightened. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, players. My name is Creighton, and welcome to the Kegler's Re-Evolution. Today, I'm going to discuss conversation you need to have with your ball driller in order to be most prepared for the coming league and tournament season. Because as I'm recording this, league season is winding down, but tournament season is up and full underway. So, what you need to know, things that you need to know, because long gone are the days when you walk up into your pro shop and say, "I need something that hooks. I need something that hooks. My ball don't hook enough. It don't hook." No, that's not gonna cut it these days. Because he's gonna look at you crazy and say, "Well, I got plenty of balls that hook. Where do you want it to hook? What do you want it to do? Blah blah blah." But what you should know as a player, your PAP, axis rotation, axis tilt, rev rate, and ball speed. These are the things you need to know. Why do you need to know these things? Well, other than the fact that knowledge is power, and the power lies in knowing that you need a point of reference for achieving the ball reaction that you want. The PAP is like a bowler's fingerprint. Everybody has a different one in a different location, but it is the necessary focal point to base all the pertinent components of the layout in order to get the ball reaction you're looking for. That's why that's important. Your ball speed and your rev rate will determine how big or small a ball you need, and your axis tilt and rotation will let you know how much flare, indicated by the pin to PAP distance, you're going to need or want for the condition you are battling. Get it? Yeah, it's like that. What your ball driller should know? Well, he should know everything I just mentioned and then some. And if he doesn't, get the hell out of there. If they still doing static layouts or 1 o'clock pin placements and whatnot, bounce. It's the best for describing a layout, but definitely not the best for sitting there trying to lay out a blank nugget. You dig? So, Mr. Ball Driller guys should be well versed in product numbers too, like differential, intermediate differential, surface RA values, those type of things, in order to match you up with the right piece of equipment for what you're trying to do. You should also have an attack plan. Go into your pro shop thinking about how you want to play the lanes, where you are most comfortable playing the lanes. If you're most comfortable in the track area, that's cool. You're kind of close around the pocket, so you're not going to need anything that's going to be big and flary. You want to keep your angles in front of you. If you're one of those people that like to play the rail and there's no friction out there, well, guess what? You're going to have to, depending on how the pattern length or whatever the case may be, you're going to have specific layouts for that. If you want to sit there and play deep inside, you got to have specific layouts for that. So therefore, you have to understand where it is you want to be on the lane and where you're most comfortable at. Also, definitely have to understand the lane surface you're bowling on, because that makes a difference in energy you're going to save, and that makes a difference in where you're going to put the pin placement at. So the conversation you should have should not go like this. I'm going to play it. Ball driller dude says, "Hello, how may I help you today?" And you say, "Hey yo, I need something that hooks. My balls don't hook no more. I need something that hooks, yo. Hook it up." And so ball driller goes, "Well, governor, I got just the thing you need. Cheerio, pip pip. I have the biggest hooking ball we have right here. And I'll even put stack leverage in it for you so you get all the hook you need there, fella." You. Word. I can dig that. Hook that up. Make that thing hook. That's definitely not how that should turn out, because that's how you get the shim wreckers itis. I'm telling you. Shim wreckers beware. Your conversation goes like that, you are definitely a shim wrecker. Write that down. So it should go more like this. Ball driller guy. "Hey Stu, how's it going, Hoss? How's it swinging?" You. "I'm good. Doing it decent, but looking for a replacement for my benchmark piece. Got any suggestions?" "Oh yeah, Stu. We got what you need. Now, where are you bowling your league at now?" Well, I'm bowling over here at this 2-year installation. Bowling on middle road this quarter. I need something that picks up a little sooner in the mid lane, gives me a better mid lane read, and gives me a smoother shape down lane, because the back ends are screaming. "Well, Stu, we got a couple options for you. We have your stats as 5 inches over, an 1/8 inch up, 17 miles an hour, with a 350 rev rate, 50 degrees of rotation, and 11-degree tilt. May I suggest we start with a symmetrical piece, low RG, high differential? What kind of surface what's the surface like that you're bowling on?" "Oh yeah, we're bowling on that AMF HPL stuff." "Oh yeah, that's pretty friction laden, so you might want to think about getting a pro cover or a hybrid cover to start out on the fresh, because you might have to tame it down a little bit, especially if you're talking about the wet dry front to back that you're thinking of. So we'll put in a little lower driller angle so it can start up a little earlier, maybe bleed out a little bit in the front so it can read the mid lane, and we'll kind of have a longer VAL angle so it can sit there and stall out that little turn off the friction. So you really don't need that much flare, because you have a pretty big, pretty nice size axis rotation. So especially with that friction, you don't want it to go long, hit the spot, and just turn dead nuts left. So, and yada yada yada. You get it. But those kind of conversations you should be having with your ball driller. If you're not having those, you're not being prepared, and you have to be prepared now, even for league. Yes, you do need that many balls in league now, because the lanes are constantly changing, and you got shim wreckers to the left of you, shim wreckers to the right of you, that are just sitting there tearing up the pattern for everybody, and you need to be prepared for anything, especially if you get into pot games and brackets, because you're bowling everybody else in the house too. Remember this. You have been officially enlightened. I'm gone.
And remember, players, knowledge is the key for not only matching up with today's conditions, but also the key for the growth of our sport. Remember, it's all about the matchups. I'm gone.